Hi guys, Stu from Oz Industries here. This is just a bit of a weekly summary on the latest events. So we had Tropical Cyclone Fina obviously across the North Kimberley coast on the 24th of November. That concluded the high energy period, 9th to 24th. It formed on the 19th, across the coast on the 24th. The system's now going to decay quite quickly, which it has. And what that'll do, rather than being a broad rain depression, it'll just enhance moisture and thunderstorm potential through the central interior. And that'll extend from the northwest through the central interior down through South Australia and to some extent down through parts of inland New South Wales and Victoria in the days ahead. The problem we have though is a lot of the moisture is moving through the arid interior, and with the recent events through the southeast with limited rainfall, we're seeing extreme to catastrophic fire dangers. So while there'll be hit and miss falls like we're seeing, where we're getting 3 to 10 mils, which is next to nothing on dry soil anyway, with this renewed northwest flow that should form on the next frontal system moves through, we'll see another high fire danger period with that. So the next high energy period is from the 28th to the 30th of November, so the next couple of days, and that coincides with this next northwest flow. So persons in the southeast should be really monitoring fire weather conditions. Today should be a bit of a precursor where we've got these strong northwest winds. They've even closed some schools that they're that concerned with it. So this isn't a hyped up thing that they're doing. There is high potential for severe weather to occur, and we're only at the start of this fire season as well. So I said that we'd dry out into spring, and this fire season will extend through to the end of March. It's going to be a late fire season for New South Wales and Victoria and parts of South Australia and possibly southern Queensland. So we're seeing these trends are increasing, risk is increasing, rainfall is decreasing, and this is all the ingredients we need. We've already seen some fires on Kangaroo Island, as well as multiple fires now burning through New South Wales, parts of Victoria and parts of Queensland as well. So there is likely to be worsening conditions moving forward, which is the general gist of the conversation today. Outside of that as well, due to the seasons now, most of the rainfall will start to shift north, which is quite clear. We're seeing those traditional springtime storms through northeast New South Wales, very patchy through the Hunter, but focused through that southeast Queensland, through the Wide Bay. And then as we move deeper into December, those storms will start to contract further and further north. I'm still expecting another tropical low to form up here around mid-December to the south of Bali, anywhere east to the Timor Sea, which can affect the Pilbara. And the next major rainfall period on more of a national scale is from mid-December into week 4 up towards that Christmas break. So expect just general heating to continue moving into summer, and the next national weather period is likely from around mid-December into around the 24th of December. So that's when we'll see that extensive next broad cloud band moving in, and that'll be associated with another tropical system. The caveat there is if the tropical system does form with intensity like it did up here in the Kimberley, and it draws all the moisture in, it'll limit any moisture into the eastern states and promote all rainfall in the west. However, if we see more of a tropical low or a secondary tropical low that can form in the Gulf following the western system, we'll see another rain band and storm band that can form through the Gulf down into eastern parts of Queensland. So again, guys in the southeast, prepare for just general dry conditions and a fire biased outlook. South Australia would see more of the same as well, with highly volatile, highly isolated storms, very minimal rain, but high potential for damaging winds and hail like we've been seeing. Same through New South Wales and Victoria. And any major rainfall events should be concentrated to the northern tropics, and that'll be the case moving into January. So from the end of December into the first week of January, we should see the next tropical low that forms in the Gulf or about the Joseph Bonaparte Gulf and extends that broad monsoonal phase. The first monsoonal phase of the season should form from the end of December into around the 11th of January. So that's a bit of a discussion on how this all should form. More or less, just take these fire weather windows seriously, because they're going to get worse moving forward. The failed spring rain should be a huge signal for you guys to show that the model outlooks were completely wrong. And that's something we've been warning about for months. Those who took advantage of that and destocked and had their water allocation sorted out, good on you. Those who didn't, who followed the official outlooks, pay attention to what's coming, because it might be quite intense. We're seeing this drought progression that built in the west move through the south and now the east. The last time this happened was 2019. It won't be on that scale, but that's the similar pattern that's repeating the 2019 drought phase. Instead of it being national, it's moving through on a more defined corridor, north to south. This is the accumulated precip from now into the first week of December. Just be careful with these moving forward. They have been well and truly bullish where they shouldn't be. So just don't get lured in by these images promoting massive rainfall. So the areas that are more probable of occurring are, the Northern Kimberley, the Northern Territory, the far North Cape, into northeast Queensland down to about the Capricornia. And these are thunderstorm related, but they'll be happening with more frequency because we're moving to the tropical wet season. So these aren't blanket falls again, these are accumulated falls from individual storms. So if it's showing 100 mils here, while that's possible, you could also get 100 mils further south in through the Goldfields if you get a good slow moving storm. This shows potential, it's not a guarantee. Rain through the interior, again, we're only looking at 5 to 30 mils. This is widespread scattered storms, and this will be what's the remnants of Fina, which is crossing the coast now, moving through the northern interior of the Kimberley. This will produce a northwest flow of cloud, so these falls here will be highly hit and miss as well, and that extends down through into South Australia. So this cloud band and rain band we're seeing into South Australia, highly hit and miss scattered storms. There will be 5 to 30 mils in there, but they'll come down in streaks rather than these broad storm areas that are indicated. And the storms through southern parts of South Australia as well, they'll be like what we saw the other week, where they're highly localised, but highly volatile due to this hot northwest flow coming in against the cooler sea breeze to the south. So just use that as a guide. Again, those storms will mostly be south and west of the ranges and then trickling down into the southeast. Rain through the southeast, I would assume this is oversimulated as well, so use this with a grain of salt. And with the frontal systems that have been coming through, we've only been seeing 10 to 20 mils, so you could probably halve this. Again, I think it's oversimulated. Rain through New South Wales is very telling. That shows there's next to no rain due through New South Wales. Any rain will form mostly along the ranges east of the coast, and very patchy storms. Like we're seeing, gusty winds, dry lightning, high fire potential. Any rain then extending up into southern Queensland is the same sort of scenario, only we're seeing some more moisture coming in from the northern tropics, so there's slightly higher potential there, 5 to 20 mils, increasing further north and further east. The west, this is their dry season, so there'll just be some fronts that scrape the southwest coast. It'll get quite hot through mid-December through here when we see this next tropical low form, so just be prepared for another huge heat surge from mid-December, and then in the second half of December that heat surge will filter down through eastern Queensland. So yeah, there's lots to come. Check out the forecast. I just did a long climate update. I just posted on the website. There's a link on our Facebook page, which details the timeline of events and likely rainfall ranges for each state and each district.